What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be working on the solar light project. I've got 4 of these little guys out. So the first thing I need to do is just extend the wires, because what I want to do is get up to, hopefully 5 volts, 2 amps is where I'm aiming, so that I can charge battery banks with solar. But if I can't get there, I'll go higher, and then the boost buck converter can take it down, or whatever. In order to do that, these are only 2 volts each in direct sunlight, so I don't know. I don't know how many amps, so what I might have to do is wire them in series and parallel. Basically make, wire 2 of them in one way and then wire them together in the opposite way. So, and I don't remember which is which. One of them multiplies voltage, the other multiplies amps. So I need to figure that out. So I'm just going to take some wire and extend these and then wire them up and test them with the voltmeter, see what I can get out of them. Alright, so I got them all wired up here. Right now they're wired in parallel. The sun isn't cooperating today, so I went ahead and got these 2 flashlights and just put them on there. So negative tied together and positive tied together, so that puts us in parallel, I think. So what that does is makes the volts the same and doubles the current. So if we test that, we got our it's on volts here, so negative to negative, positive to positive gives us 1.75 volts. To test current, I need a load, and so I'm just going to use this little LED here. And I'm going to go in between the positive side. So we'll switch to current. And our LED is lit up. But you can't see that, so I'm getting 0.24 on the current. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, so that's 0.24 milliamps. So now I'm just going to take off so 1 solar panel. So this will only be 1 solar panel because these aren't connected. Even though our grounds are still connected, it will only complete a circuit on one side. Test our current again, and we're at 0.05 milliamps. So we actually went down quite a bit. Let's test the other one. So the other one I'm at 0.5 milliamps. What was I at? 0.25? That's weird. I'm not getting amperage readings very well. I don't know if it's because my multimeter sucks, which it definitely does, or what, but let's go ahead and test volts. So 1.6 volts. And if we put all of them together in parallel, it should be about the same, so 1.7 volts. So we're not adding in voltage, we're adding in current this way. So now what I'm going to do is wire them in series, which means I'll put the blue or ground from one panel differentiate these wires. So if I go from ground to positive, so ground from this one to positive on this one. Did I do that wrong? No, that's right. Ground on this one to positive on this one, and then what we end up with is a ground here and a positive here that will now be our new test points. And I also don't know how well balanced these panels are because they're old and been out in the sun for a while. So now instead of seeing the 1.7 volts, we're seeing 3.1 volts. So we've doubled our voltage. So we can now try to test current, but I'm having, little luck with that. So go to current. Our LED's lit, and now we're showing 0.5. So I'm probably getting 0.5 milliamps, or that might even be 5 milliamps for all I know, out of each one. Or if that's about what I've been getting all day as far as the readings go. It went up to 6 or 7 at one point when I was testing in the sun with real bright sunlight. So if I can think 0.5 milliamps, I'm going to need a ton of these to get to 2 amps. So that's just not going to work. So hopefully the boost step-up converter, what I can do is play around with the different voltages, and it can basically take a higher voltage and bring it down to a lesser voltage with more amps. So basically you only get so much out of what you're producing. So what I'm hoping with that thing is I can get maybe put in 14 volts and small amps or something like that and come out with 5 volts and 2 amps. Anyways, that's it for this one. Subscribe, comment, peace.